Well, time for me to randomly fanfic, I suppose.
Hello again, FanFic Critic. It's time to return to the deranged world of ComicsNix.
Hell no, you don't bring Master J5. Not on my watch.
I had a feeling you would intervene, Susan. Rest assured, I have something planned for you too. But first, let's get things started with the first fic.
It's not gonna happen. There's no getting out of it, Susan. We have to do this. Or I have to do this. Maybe even you, because he made a reference to you as well. Well then. If that's the case, I'm sitting in on this review. That way, I can make sure you don't try to kill yourself in the middle of it. Well, go on. Read the fanfic. Let's get this over with. Okay, so it looks like R1NGmasterJ5 has returned with another ComicsNix challenge. Oh joy. The first fanfic we'll be taking a look at is House and the Last Cameron Wishes. Okay. It's rated T, it's in English, it's hurt, comfort, tragedy, and it has 9 reviews. Let's get started. The author. Hi people. Dewey is my first house fic. Don't feel much secure to do fics based on live action shows and movies, so if it is a little bit sloopy, sorry. Well, all your stories seem to be a little bit sloppy, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. Well, the thing is, it was very hard to write. I started to write in February/2010 and only finished in April 2010. It's better to finish things than don't aid it. Okay, enjoy. Yes, this show is going to be a bow of laughs, isn't it? House and the Last Cameron Wishes. House was buying a dog. He liked dogs and furry animals. Don't you mean he liked them? So he went to pet shop. Don't you mean a pet shop? There, he said to the bus boy, "Dear attendant, I want an animal to be my companion for lonely times." "Oh, you want it, won't you? I have perfect animal for you, my dear doctor." And the boy brought a dog to the house. It was an Oit Bull. Well, that's a new breed of dog. A pit bull? Aren't they violent? Don't you mean violent? No, dear, how sick? Okay, first of all, you used the wrong dear. And secondly, why the hell do you have a Q at the end of house? Pot bulls are now for charity and behave among the best. It doesn't work like that. It's going to take like years and years and years of breeding to get the aggressiveness out of those dogs. House lied on the ground and start to scratch the back of the dog to fell the hair of the dog because he likes furs of the dog. Dogs have excellent hair, so House did a caress to the dog. The dog swung very happily his tail, slobbering spit of felicity. "Oh, doggy, my dear furred pity animal, I likes you. You shall move to me with my house, so we live together in peace." "So you chosen the dog, Mr. Dogoter Hauser?" asked the selling man. "Yos, dear man, I will took it." And House hugged strongly the pit bull. House put the doff tied to a leash. Wrong leash. And it should be leash. Leash. Not sh. Big difference between the two. To he not escape from house solitude. Okay. Oh, my dog, G.E. What shall I call yourself, dear fabulous sheep hunter? Okay, I'm sorry, but this is so out of character because House does not speak like this at all. Jesus Christ. My dog, I'm sorry, the dog only tailed his tail. Okay. He looked around the hospital where House works to seek something to put his name on. So House brought the dog with him to the hospital? What dog? You want tell me something? The dog was strongly well-willed, so he moved to a near pharmacy inside the hospital. He started to sniff, and he found a bottle of Vicodin, whatever. Yes, wise dogs, I will call you Vicodin. Okay, that's stupid. Vicodin or Vicodin, whatever, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. The newly named Purbull is happy. He loves his name. So House was walking along the hospital, showing him to everyone. The nurses got wet. Why? What? What do you mean they got wet? Oh, maybe I don't want to know what you mean by got wet. Yeah, let's leave it up to our imaginations. After some while, Cameron, the doctor with experience and House employee, came. Oh, House, a dog, I love you. You love me? Asked House. No, I love the dog. Sorry, said House. Cameron rubbed the House back while he swung his tail. So Cameron now has a tail. This dog is very beautiful. What name of him? Eyes Vicandi. Cameron them coughed. She is with cancer. Are you all right, Cameron? No. I will die in a few hours. I'm sorry for that. Don't be. I hate you. You made me work here in my final days. You need to save lives, Kayan. It's your duty as a responsible public officer. You know how I would usually show you guys the spelling errors? Well, seeing this story is full of them, I'm not going to show you. Instead, I will just provide the link and you guys can read along for yourselves. If you can, that is. This is ComicsNix we're talking about. And Cameron spit on House's face. The dog don't like, so he barks in utters discrepancies. Dogs cannot utter discrepancies because they are dogs! Cameron, you must not offend your boss like that, says House, utterly sad because Cameron malformation. Cameron then slapped, I guess, House face, and he retreated in the ground. No, Cameron, don't mistreat me, cries in pain House. House, you are a fool. Don't you know that I love you? Well, no, how would he know that if you just said before that you hated him? Dun-da-da! Hoisei is tremendously surprised. How can that homan, what's a homan, never opened her heart to him? He don't understand. It's strange. House, come here. I will do something to you, said Cameron, very lustful with passionately desire. Wow, bipolar much? House entered the magnetic resonance room with his dog, followed by that utterlicious woman of Greek. Hausen then asked the passion Cameron, why you doing that? We must not involve ourselves into a relationship now. You are a dying, pitiful soul. How nice. No, House. This is the last wish you must make to me. I always wanted you. Wish my desires. Now. And Cameron punches Hoise's belly and he falls on the ground crying in badly moist pain. I didn't know that pain could be moist. Oh, Cameron, sob. Get rid of the word sob. Don't. Screams and cries tears of Inglory House, looking to his newly dog of despair. Vicodin, the molasses dog, can't stand this abuse. He thinks a bit and decides to act. Vicodin jumps on Cameron's chest and throws her on the ground. She is obscene with fright, but the dog goes again to the attack. He jumps on her lied on the ground body and scratches her face, disroots pieces of morbidly cancerous flesh. No dog can't kill Cameron, utters House. But then the dog moves his mouth and starts. House, I'm your dog. I must defend your integrity. Okay, so I guess the dog can now talk. That's not possible because dogs do not have voice boxes like humans, so they cannot talk. What are you talls, Vicodis? Mutters very superflied the poor old House. Yes, I'm a magig dog, and I have a pact to deal with you first in this life. What? But Vindosin, I thought you loved me. I love you, Hauser, but it's time you pay for the pacts you swear in the past. Okay. Cameron is on the ground, blood pouring from her varicose veins, and she just can't talk because her vocal cords are pulsating with black cancerous leash. She looks the House and want help him, but her breasts are melting in a pool of shit and cocoa butter flesh. Cancer doesn't work like that. House, don't let the dog take you to hell, cries desperately Cameron, trying to save House lives. What? House asks himself, why do you want to take me to hell, Vicodine? The dog lower a bit the placid head of canine skull of his and mutters some vague, superficial words. Because, House, your soul got condemned, your friends, your employees, your doctors under your rule, even Cuddy, all of them want you dead. They invoke Satan in a pact ritual, so Santana called me to take your soul to hell. And Vicodin weeps a tear of preparatory pilgrimage. No, Vocodine, even Chase wants me died. Yes, but they oblige him. He love you much, but the power of the group is willer and stronguer than the force of individuals. House looked Cameron obliterated on the ground and says, you said you loved me, woman, but now you knifed me in the bark. So I guess House is now a tree. Cameron cries and curse the heavers. She just loves him much. Why she did that, she can't understood that. How's my love? I guess we are all doomed in this life of pre-pissive bad habits. And Cameron dies from cancer. No! Come on, House. Hell awaits your arrival. And the dog picks House under its jaw. Hoice only looks the sky and say, my God, what a life of bad doings I've been doing. And House dies. The end.
That fic just happens to be my personal favorite of his. Now it all goes downhill. Your next fic is another crack sex pairing.
Bloody bugger. Might as well continue. Well, one fanfic down, 5 more to go. Let's take a look at the next fanfic. The next fanfic is Wonder Woman, Love in the Smudge. It's rated M. It's in English. It's romance, hurt, comfort. It's Shrek. Oh God, it's Shrek. Let's read it. The author. Hi people. I don't own Wonder Woman nor Shrek and don't make money from them. Wonder Woman, Love in the Smudge. Wonder Woman, Diana, was walking in the street where Ares, the god of fight, appears before her. Now, Diana, princess of Amazons, I will free the world from your feminine and soft hands. Ares, what is your tomfoolery now? You cannot touch me. I am a god too. Yes, I can't touch you, but my ultra-dimensional vortex can. And Aaron summons a big black hole that sucks Diana in it. She swirls and twirls inside the vortex, and after a while she is spilled to the other side. Ah! And she falls on the ground. Where am I? She asked, looking around, seeing only a swamp. She is sunk inside some kind of sludge that is sucking her in. Someone, I'm going to die, but no one. Diana is gulping a lot of sludge, and she is turning green. The sludge at her neck and sucking now. She is completely covered goo. Only her hand is out of the sludge. She is going to die, but someone grabs her and pulls her out. Diana is all dirty and foul covered, and she coughs moss and fecal matter. So, why are you swimming in my pool? Asks a strange voice. Diana is on 4 recovering, and she looks up. It's an ogre. An ogre? Are you going to eat me? No, I'm a good ogre. I only eat meat in my wife's ass. Whoa, thanks. She gets up. I'm Diana. Oh, I'm Shrek. And no, I'm not doing any voice acting. ComicsNix does not deserve voice acting for his fanfics. They shake hands and Shrek look at her with lust and desire. Wonder Woman is so dirty. Her hair have lianas and her face is covered with shit. The perfect woman, but there's a problem. Fiona, his wife, she will not be pleased. Come to my house, Wonder Woman. Oh, did she even say who her name is? No, she said her name was Diana, not Wonder Woman, so how would he know her name was Wonder Woman? My wife will take care of your delicious bruises. They went to the house, entered, and Fiona was there. Shrek, who is this woman? Oh, she was swimming at the pool. She feel her and wants to go back home. We must provide accommodations to the lady. Oh yeah? Fiona, that was clean dishes, measured Diana up and down and got jealous. She asked, how many times will she stay? How many times? What do you mean by how many times? Oh, Diana says, tomorrow I'll search for a interdimensional door. Don't be afraid. I'll only stay 1 night at your house. And Shrek showed Diana to her bedroom. He was planning what to do with Fiona. He needs to suck that splanged pussy of Diana. Where I take a bath to remove dirt. The couple laughed. Shrek said, ah ha ha. You already took bath. Our pool is our bathroom. There we pick water to drink, we dip to clean our bodies, and we take a dump to deplenish our bowels. Diana got grave. Now she have to sleep feeling like a pork chop. She just entered her room and got to sleep. Well, Fiona, let us sleep too. So Shrek and Fiona went to their bedroom and went to bed. But Shrek was waiting. Just waiting Fiona sleep so he can bang Wonder Woman in the ass. After some moments, he rose up and entered Diana's bedroom. She was scratching herself because that waist on her body got dry and was itching. The foul odor permeating the room was addled and unsawed. Shrek come together her and lay beside her. She nodded. What are you doing here, Shrek? Oh, I'm just looking how you are passing your night. Oh, Shrek, I think I cannot sleep. The shit is accommodating me. Oh, what a shame. Why don't you let me fuck you? Well, that was blunt. Diana bulged her eyes and slapped Shrek's face. You putrid asshole, so you want to bang me and then you spit in my cunt? Diana, think a bit. You will suffer all night and will not be able to sleep. Without sleeping, you cannot find way to home. If you don't goes back, you can't kick Eris's ass. Okay, how would he know all this? She didn't explain any of this to him when they first met. So the only way to sleep tonight is sleeping with me. What? Yes. You will forget to itching and the odor will get very tired. Everyone sleeps after a good bang. Diana thought a bit and knew the truth. She had to lend her pussy to an ogre today so she can fuck a god tomorrow. Alright, Shrek. Make me your slave. Shrek put his and her clothes off. That body of Diana was delicious. Her pussy had plants root coming out and caterpillars feeding from the leaves. There was a chrysalis hanging from her pussy too. It felt on the sludge before Diana came and it was going to die, but Wonder Woman's vagina saved it when she fell on the sludge, giving a new life to the butterfly that emerges from it now and flies away in magnificent ballet in hope and lust. Okay. Shrek picked up the old now void chrysalis and put in Diana's mouth. She eats it with pleasure as Shrek kisses her with his gingivitis-filled mouth. The disease is so aggravated when Shrek kisses Wonder Woman, blood starts to flow from his mouth. Diana coughs his blood and says, "You bastard, don't you brush your teeth?" "Yes, but I use holiday mushrooms." Shrek hands passed over Diana's back where laxelets were procreating. Shrek let them alone. His big boner was uncontrollable and he wanted to insert full front in Diana, but she was cautious. "So you want to fuck me with this turd meat of yours? You must be very gentle not to break my hymen." "What? How am I supposed to penetrate your vagina without de-virginating you?" "You are a orc." "Don't you mean an orc?" "Do what orc knows best." Shrek knew that was his moment, so he lay down and made Diana go up. "Now, Diana, sit on my powerful oak tree. You'll never feel another penis more natural and fibrous than this." "Shrek, your dick is decomposing." "I'll be fine. Just give me a moment." "How do you suppose to please me with that? It's not decomposition. It's just my lube. It's made of dead squirrels and raccoon carrion." So Diana seated on Shrek's dick, but she started to feel a bit sick because of the sludge she swallowed. Nevertheless, the up and down moment started. It was very hard on Diana's ass. All the rotted meat was making friction on her ass. You ogre son of a moth, find a better lube or I tell your wife you like to bang ratted corpses. Shrek got scared. Fiona must not know. Their marriage is by one string. One more error by Shrek and she puts him away and takes the house to HR. So he went to the kitchen and came back with something. What's this, Shrek? It's the lard we use to clean dishes. This portion was used only 3 times. Okay, just spit on it and mix it to make it a bit more moist. So Shrek did and rubbed the pig lard all over his penis. He laid and Diana seated, and this time the cock entered more easily in her ass. All was going okay there, having a good time. Diana was upping and down knowing, but something went wrong. Wonder Woman expelled a loud fart noise, and some lard flew over Shrek's face. Diana had gotten sick when she gulped the sludge, and now it pays off. A gallon of black diarrhea was prescribed from her anal cavity, covering Shrek in the most unsavory and bitter turd he ever presenced in his life. The velocity it got pulled out was so large, globs of shit at the time they splat on Shrek's pelvis got spread in all directions, hitting the ceiling and even entering Shrek's nostrils. Diana's legs got sparked with bloody poop. A resident tapeworm lost her accommodation inside Diana's bowels when the turd got out, and is creeping over the shit-filled bed sheets now. Diana is farting so loud Fiona heard, and now enters the room. What the fuck? Shrek, cheating on me with poop scrathing lady? This have no pardon. Fiona, I can explain. Fiona was upset, but that ghastly vision of brackish, forceful poop scat rape made her all wet inside her parasite-consumed vagina. She didn't want to know if Shrek be tried. Now she wants tainted sex. Maybe you should let me take over. Give me a moment. Fiona jumped on the bed, spreading the shit even more. Her cloth off her clothes and showed her pussy to Diana. Shrek was still laying. Diana was seating on his dick and Fiona is standing on the bed when Wonder Woman sees Fiona's clitoris. She couldn't fail to notice the Orc Woman clitoris was so big it could be confused for a medium-sized penis. It is a shame most of her vagina is in a detestable state, full of abscesses and pus flowing from the holes, and parasites ate from her flesh, but Diana went with her mouth wide open and licked all over the distasteful sex organ. Shrek was playing to fucking Diana very hard. The bedroom was stinking more than the swamp out there, but Wonder Woman was now with crazy sexual experience she was having with pig-faced couple she met some minutes ago. Never before her multiple orgasms reached the most heightened sense of accomplishment and realization a woman needs. The couple of ogres was satisfying not only her body but her soul with the most loving act of passion she never received from her fellow Amazons. But this moment is unique. The couple don't seek approval nor profit, only the most primal urges of their senses. The purest form of love was happening there, and no one could destroy that precious and fantastic moment. Diana was now a complete woman. The other day Diana woke up, and in her tiptoe she goes away from Shrek's and Fiona's homes, not letting them know she parted. After some search she found the vortex and went back home. So Diana, I see you are adulterated and completely corrupted. Roger is the powerful Amazon now. But Diana said nothing. She only walked away with a naive smile on her face. Eris looked and knew he'd lost. The end.
That was pretty awful. Now it's your turn, Susan. You're reading an unfinished Little Mermaid fic. This setup seems a bit familiar.
I guess I have to read one, then I. Okay, then let's get this over with. I guess so. Okay, Susan. I wish you luck. Oh boy. Okay, the name of this fanfic is Revenge That Destroys the Heart by ComicsNix. So I read all this. Yeah, you read all that stuff on top, just like that. Right, okay. Rated M, English, drama tragedy, 7 reviews, published 04/02/10 ID, but Susan, you don't have to read the ID number, just read the story. Oh, sorry, okay. The author. Hi people, a Disney one. It took me some weeks. It's very difficult to do stories about the wonderful magic world of Disney. I was feeling a bit depressed and published close to no one story for a long time, but I'm returning. I agree this one is a bit shorter than usual, but I hope you like it. Revenge That Destroys the Heart. Ariel was swimming fast and steady at the gorgeously sea of passion and lust. Her life had been very good and well these days. Her husband, Prince Eric, found a way to turn her into a mermaid when she wants, and now she can go to feasts and parties with her friends and father. Prince Eric uses an aqua lung to go on to sea. Today, it's the party of Ariel's king father, Triton, and he dances the Macarena with much pleasure with his new wife, Ursula, the witch. What? You may ask. Yes, Ursula got revived by Triton, who wanted a wife, so she is now married to him. She made regimen and gotten fat. Good, ain't it? But she fainted again after marry. Okay, I need to pause for a second here. Why the hell would Triton bring Ursula back to life? He hated her. Why would he want a wife and marry her? That doesn't make any sense. And what was the point of saying that she became slim and then got fat again? That's stupid. So, it's very nice in the palace, and the fishes sings and dances. It's a palace of golden cream, full of gargoyles, and vapid angels of disguise. Ariel is dancing with Prince Eric. Oh, Eric, your dance is very nice, even with a diving dress. And Ariel shakes her humps very gently. Don't you mean hips? Kicking Eric crotch area with her coccyx. What? He likes and gets a boner. Oh, Ariel, don't do that. Father Triton will get displeased that I slept on the bed with you. Wait, he would know that they slept together because they're married. And when you're married to someone, you tend to sleep with them. And Ariel jingles. What is she, a bell? Put the hand on her mouth and giggles more. Yes, she likes giggling. Eric makes her giggle much. What a funny man. Ho, ho, ho. So, Father Triton comes near the dancing couple and asks, My daughter, this pitiful man is dislodging your intestines. Ha, ha, ha. No, Father. He only scratches my pussy a little. And Ariel cries and laughs like an oyster full of love and composition. What do you mean compassion? Triton don't like a commentary and looks deeply inside Eric's eyes. Triton utters, "Yes, my daughter. Yes. Just wait and see the present I have for your boyfriend. Just wahayati." And Triton goes away. Okay, this is completely disregarding what happened at the end of the first movie. At the end of the first movie, it was implied that Triton had come to terms with Ariel's love for Eric. So, he allowed her to become a human and allowed them to get married. And if we have to reference the second movie, which I hate having to do so, but we have no choice. In the second movie, it was implied to me that Triton did like Eric. Susan, don't ramble about the movie. Just get on with the. I know I'm getting off subject, but I feel the need to say something, okay? Saying I've seen both movies anyhow, thought I'd point out to the viewers that they're... Okay, I see your point. Just stay out of it and let me continue to read. And continues... Oh wait, I'm sorry. Where did I leave off? Oh, here we go. Ariel continues to rubs Eric's with her pussy. Actually, she don't have one because she is half fish. But some nerve endings irrigate her, should be her crotch area. Pleasure is possible, but only dry ones. What? Too bad for male species. Women mermaids, screwed where it hurts more. In the dick. Well, that made no sense. Triton then, okay, what? I guess Triton and then is one word, goes to talk to witch Ursula. This octopus wife knows the streetwises. She can help him. So, he goes to the abandoned mine cave and talks to her. Well, wait a minute, if she's his wife, then why is she not living at the castle with him? Ursula, I want to free my daughter from Eric, the crotchless pedo. Would you help me? Ursula is very lustful and slubber, with disgust appendages of arses. That body of pooped honey and maniacal pussy gets very shaky and flamboyant when she sees Triton, nice round ass of bronze leather. Like I said before, Triton does not like Ursula, and Ursula most certainly does not like Triton, let alone wants to fuck him. Oh, my king, I would like to help you, but I'm so lonely. Please, fulfill your dues with your wife. Kill her thirsty. Triton is not very fruited with sex with Ursula, because Ariel could get fucked by Prince Eric today. That can't happen. She must be a virgin for all eternity. Only father must touch her. Oh, are you implying to me, ComicsNix, that King Triton inappropriately touches his own daughter? Jesus bloody Christ. Only father must touch her. Another man? No. Yes, Father Triton is very jealous, Lou. He protects her much. So, Triton undressed himself to please his wife in the moment. She undressed herself too. Yuck. The round and fat body of her is growing populations of bacteria and fungi. Sticky shit. The poop of the sea turtle, I thought she was a, whatever, chimeras, gets mashed between her obesity folds of cancer. Black spots of tumor grows very fast over her tainted skin, furthering the stretched hideous hide of hers. Holy Mother of God, Triton's flaccid dick is full of sea sponges. I guess he hadn't sexed much time ago with Ursula's blob body. So, Ursula gets near Triton. Her putrid lips reach for his mouth of bronze king. Triton is so disgusted he pukes buds of pancreatic bile inside Ursula's uncosmetic mouth. She swallows with much pleasure, and rubs her vagina with very strong hand of hers. Her tentacles get horny and swirl around, making and moaning like raped chicken cloacass spitting right pigeon rotten shit. Yes, the tentacles shit. What? And they like it because they have self-conscious behavior. What? The octopus move over Triton's body, sucking his skin with the sucking cups. It's like morbid caterpillar flesh, but wet and carnivorous. The sucking cups starts to pull patches of skin from Triton's body, who cries, "Ah!" And the blood gets spread over the sea, tainting the beauty blue berries of hostness. Pieces of muscle get out from the holes over Triton's body. The muscles get out, hanging out in pulsation, blood and AIDS, over Ursula catatonic faces of Moses and evil cataracts. Ursula gets disgusted too by Triton's slaughtered skin, and she vomits seagull bones. Orchard weeps in bison stomach contents, mainly beans, fated placebos, and horny unfested spots and dicks. Triton bulged eyes are bleeding. That's why he don't like to sex with Ursula. His blood pressure rises up, but she knows how to relieve that. Anal probing. Oh, Jesus Christ. Damn, Triton don't likes it. But Ursula nevertheless introducts her all tentacles inside Triton's bronze-polished ass. It hurt him more. Ursula! Tears Triton. I'm bleeding in the ass. Stop swinging the tentacles. I'm having an anal aneurysm. Don't despair, Triton. My tentacles know the job, and the tentacles enter and winter. Is winter even a word? More. Grinding Triton's round, curved, and poultry-cared bronze ass. He cries and hugs Ursula, waiting for the pain to go away. Ursula, while fucks Triton with her tenalitis, picks Tribon's hands and puts them on her boobs to appease the dolour of her lover. Triton starts to squeeze the boobs, squeezes very much, and too much. He constricts the breasts that his fingers puncturate, then, entering inside the lacerating bases, the flesh and the nerves. Jolts of furious, carcinogenic, sick blood emerges from pierced breasts and wash Triton's squashed face, melting it and scattering his eye orb over the cave. Now, Triton's eyes are dead, but Triton can still feel the pleasure and pain, so he moves his hard rock bronzeful obelisk of gargantuous king-sized lust dick inside Ursula's foul, grated, and penis-broadened vagina. She floats like a cat, being mashed and sucked inside a 3 inches potato of hatred and calamity. Her teeth fall on the ground because he has vaginitis. Oh, Ursula, your vagina is horrible. It has hair inside of it, and pieces of your endometrium and uterus are boiling and extricating themselves from your cursed body of pus. cries in nausea Triton, with tentacles raping him in the arse and brain matter evading from his skull through the holes of his eye orbs. Ursula can't quite control her body functions because of the fuckery, and she shits inside the cave. Because she is huge as Titanic pig, the poo floods the cave, entering inside Triton's and Ursula's mouths, noses, ears and eye, and vagina. Fuckery, and she shits inside the cave. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading that again. Triton, poo is entering my pussy. I think we must utilize his priority to our own intents. Yes, Ursula, shit is good feast for moron punks inside bum threads of intestinal palisades. Let's continue the haze. And Triton goes faster inside Ursula's maggot hatchery she calls a vagina. Worms and leeches inside the cave smells the pussy smell and immediately goes to the vagina and enters and starts to eat all the poo inside, shitting more poo, but this time Triton and Ursula's body get turned into fecal waste. And because of that, they sweat shit vapor. What? The tentacles inside Triton gets mad because of shit inside then, and gets more fast, grinding Triton inside his man uterus, spreading shitty inside it, destroying his internal organs. After some mayhem, only Triton upper body is left, his brain pulsating, ready to explode. To take advantage of this moment, Ursula put Triton's head inside her vagina. Oh, come on, Triton, explodes. Explodes, and the clean sense of palpitations go and free myself from the Appalachian flux, and the pulsation gets faster and faster. Then after some minutes, Triton's brain explodes inside Ursula's vagina, tainting her with his venereal diseases and destroying her flaccid and monster zombie uterus. Triton then comes bloody and shitty semen inside her, making a liquid mixture of mishmashed vulture carrion, trashed and deceased octopus manure, and octagonal extruded goat molecules. Triton died happily. Oh, Triton, I will avenge your death. I'll kill Eric and Ariel. The end. For now. Author note 2. Cut short. Sorry. Next part will be in 2 weeks. Great surprises in the way.
That was disturbing. Back to you, FFC. This next fic is a breather fic, because the next 2 after this one are definitely some of his very worst.
Well, it was fun while it lasted. Okay, might as well get in the chair and take over. I wish you luck. At least we have 3 more to go. And don't worry, I'll be here. Make sure you don't kill yourself, that is. Okay, wish me luck, Susan. I'm gonna need it. Okay, let's take a look at the Calvary of a Betrayed Saint. It's rated T, it's in English, it's drama, angst, and yeah, let's read it. The author. Hi people, this story is more like a warming up for me. It's been almost 2 months without writing and I felt a little rusty, so to unblock a little bit I wrote to the small tree of the relationship between 2 men who can't trust each other anymore. It's more poetic than my other fics because I think small stories get better with a little poetry and metaphors. Hope you enjoy. Probably not. The Calvary of a Betrayed Saint. Seiya was hungry. It was very late in the night, and Saruri was having an affair with the Ikki, master of Fonzie powers. Seiya got much sad because of these tribulations. Why, sorry, Akid, the broken-hearted Pogasus warrior. You buns me for that Birdman. Isn't this so much hate for the one who brought in food for your stomach and passion for your spite? Seiya was at the chair in front of the fireplace inside his house-el. He is drinking scotch and wine to appease pain from the decades of unfaithful fight against mortal gold warriors. Golden pieces oif gorgonzola's cheese moistened his sad mouth of sorrowfulness, and the tease rolls at his face with great sippled, the speed of cancerous molestations. At their time he was drowning himself with these cheese-flavored sins. A hand knocked or conked the door. Seiya got much freighted. Who's there? I demand one response from the kicking man at the front door of a sad secret lover's house, cried in manly tears the Pegasus warrior saint. I demand be open, uttered the cloudy voice at the other side. And Seiya, with much fear in his heart, wretched chest, opened the big blocking wooden master door to his little sad poultry house. Seiya spasmed himself with fear of the hateful message that one bronze saint at his front door is bringing with his much malig mouth and shallow temptations. Seiya, warrior of Athena, hug me, my brother, demanded the powerful Ikki, the backstabbing bronze saint, the one who stole Seiya's girlfriend, Athena's Sari. No, screamed with disastrous pulsating chest the weak little Seiya, exploding into rivers of pale, cheeseful inconsistence. You stupid man, broke my melancholic soul and expose the raw flesh of agony that dwells inside the bosom of my cheerfully tainted spirit. Oh, Seiya cries in ejaculative sadness the Ikki phonics. I committed an error more than the sum of my most essential participles. That's not what. I demand forgiveness, for I want to rest in peace and leave this world in a higher note of pure pureness to the peak of my bird spectrum. And Ikki gets on his knees, kissing Seiya's nude feet, licking inside his toes to acquire the taste of a dirt-covered flesh, trying to forget the honey maroon tongue of the Greek goddess named Sari, the most beautiful hummingbird of Rosemary's sexual sapitites. My butta, Sei said it in a calm, cold voice. Don't fall to the level of Merman Snake's brother Ikki, the one that desecrated my house, sir. I forgive you act of perilous passion, but you need to pay for such disrespect against a Buddha follower. Against your own brother of heart. No, I cannot pay. I have no meaning in Mayu pockets anymore. And Ikki picked a pocket knife inside his pocket and stabbed his chest 1,000 times, trying to escape the guilt that lives inside the guts of a now condemned man. Flowers of red-tinted pork cancer extrudes from the wounds of his of this phoenix saint, and his last breaths can be heard at a distance of several feet. Saya gets on his knees to hug the brother now losing life through holes of disgrace. No, my icky brother, why did you delay my response to such a level of infamy? I played with you, and now the results acquire new meaning to my terrible cornfuck behavior. I shall do a last one act to preserve your honor and not let your soul die in vain act of desperation. And say with rapid movements of his lips of sanguine masculinity touches Icky's mouth, exchanging the last spit of love that dying man will experiment into his life of massacre-filled catalepsy. And now, with a last breath of cocoa peanut cream, Icky says to Sarah's feral ears, Sarah, I love her you, and he dead. The end.
That really made no sense. This next fic, I have no words for it. Here's what my friend said when I showed it to him.
What the hell did I just read? Seriously, what the hell? First Doug, now this? He better not touch the rest of my childhood. Wait, he did? Ah!
Okay, let's take a look at the next fanfic. It sounds like it's going to be great, doesn't it? Okay. The fanfic is called Sailor Moon, The Heart's Abominations. It's rated M. Oh joy, it's in English. It's horror angst. And yeah, let's just read it. The author. Hi people, I don't own Sailor Moon and don't make money with it. Thank God. Sailor Moon, The Heart's Abominations. Usagi Tsukuno went to the dentist. As she arrived, she entered the room, laid on the chair, and the dentist asked, So, Usagi, what's the problem? Caries? Gingivitis? Asked the doctor. Ha! Oh, Mr. Rondolo, I'm so ashamed, said Usagi. What is it? Look inside my mouth. The dentist looked and saw she had no teeth anymore. How is that possible? You went to a fight? No, it's just see for yourself. And then Usagi raised her skirt, pulled down her panties, and the horror. My God, Usagi, your vagina have teeth. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow, I was not expecting that. Oh, I'll be fine, don't worry. Whoa. Huh. I don't think that was supposed to be funny, but it made me laugh. So let's continue to read. Screamed Dr. Rondolo with immense shock. Usagi's vagina had teeth, distributed all over the labia majora. It was like a normal mouth, but sideways, like a normal vagina, with 32 teeth, a throbbing tongue, and codfish odor. It was salivating. Gobs of rhinum were dripping and being spread and over the place by the moving red and vein-filled tongue. The labia minora keeps opening and closing like a mute trying to speak, but no words were being said. It had a monstrous appearance, and all the hair besides it contributed to the horror the dentist had when he first gazed it. The doctor pulled his head to the other side and puked high breakfast on the ground. Usagi covered her face and started to cry. Oh, what happened to me? This can't be happening. No, I'm a good girl. I never hurt anyone. And tears flowed from her eyes. Wait a minute. If she doesn't have any teeth in her mouth, how the heck can she speak? Wouldn't her, speaking be very weird sounding? I would imagine if you don't have teeth, it'd be hard for you to speak. I mean, I'm sure you can still speak, but it would sound weird. The tears were descending, wheating her blouse and reaching her sex organ. The vagina felt the tear taste and started to lick it with pleasure. It almost had a life of its own. "Doctor, please, help me," cried Usagi. The doctor cleaned his mouth from the disgorged liquid and said, "Usagi," gasped, get rid of the sound effect in there, "I don't know if I can help you. My specialty is a mouth, not sexual organs. Sorry." And he puked again. His eyeballs almost detached from his skull. Usagi raised from the chair and went out of the room, crying and cursing herself. Luna, the cat, was waiting her at the office waiting room. "Usagi, what happened?" Usagi answered, crying. "Blah, the doctor can do nothing. I'll be like this forever." Luna looked at Usagi and said, "You cry too much. Fuck, you are on your own now," and the black cat spits on her face and goes away. Now Usagi is alone and her vagina is hungry. Usagi is hungry too because she hadn't eaten anything, so she goes to a restaurant. The restaurant is a bit full, but she manages to find a table. When she seats, Rei Hino, or Hino, the sailor Mars is at another table and sees Usagi. "Usagi!" And she seats at the table. Usagi thinks, oh no, she might discover I'm toothless. "Hey Usagi, what's the problem?" Nothing," speaks Usagi, capping her mouth with her hand. The waiter brings them portions of potato chips and hamburgers to the two girls. "Hey Usagi, let's watch a movie. I have nothing to do today." "Oh, sorry. I went to the dentist and my mouth is aching." "Oh, forgive me. It must be hurting. Let me see what he has done." And Rei picks Usagi's hand and open her mouth. "My God, where are your teeth?" Usagi lowers her head and speaks, "I don't know. I think my vagina took them." "Your vagina? That's impossible." Usagi then pulled her panties down and Rei looks under the table. The vagina is opening and closing, spitting all over the ground, and the tongue is moving frantically. Usagi's panty is totally wet with so much spit. "What now? What are you going to do?" "I don't know, but we must eat." Usagi then picks a portion of chips and put in her vagina. The vagina almost chew her fingers off. If you eat me, you don't eat," says Usagi to the vagina. The sex organ eats the chips Usagi puts there like a bum in a frat party. Although most of the food Usagi puts there falls on the ground because the vagina is so hasty. Pieces of hamburger gets thrown away with the fury of an eating lobster. "Usagi," says Rei, "we must do something." "But what? Come on, follow me. I think I can help you." And the two girls go out of the restaurant. Rei take Usagi to a dark alley where there's a door. "Well, what is this place, Rei?" "Oh, it's a friend of mine. He fixes people." Rei then knocks on the door. The door opens, full of holes and bruises. Eyebrow looks like it was burned, and half his face, the left side, is full of scars and cuts. His nose is dripping green snot and dandruff falls from his head as he talks. "Oh, Rei, and a friend. How can I help you?" "Oh, Mr. Burbanis, my friend is having a problem, a genital problem to be more exact. Her, genital acquired teeth from her mouth. We need you to correct that." "Rei," whisper Usagi, "are you sure this is safe?" "Hey Usagi, don't you trust me?" "Yes, but he is, well, "I am what?" little beautiful lady asks the man. "Nothing," answers Usagi. The three enter the building. The place is small and looks like a hospital. There are scalpels, knives, drilling machines, and cutlery in general, but they are all covered in verdigris. Usagi take a look at the walls. They are covered with white tiles, but these tiles are very dirty with black mold and shiitakes stuck like glue. A pool of clotted blood lies in one corner. It is intensified with flies, worms, and mollusks. Usagi looks at the ceiling and sees spider webs, lots of cracks, leaking water. Because of the water infiltration, the ceiling is completely black with fungus. From the few 5 lamps that illuminated the place, 2 are burned out, 1 is broken, and the other 2 are flashing in and out intermittently. Apart from the culture on the counter, there is only a stretcher in the middle of the room and the spotlight illuminating it. The bed sheets have red spots, probably blood. Some black spots can be seen too. It's unknown what caused these stains. Usagi bones are shaking and her eyes can't stop from looking everywhere frantically. She is sweating and her vagina started to bark in disgust and fear. So, says Burbanus, you can lay here, my dear. I'll prepare the anesthesia. Urbanus had very white hair, but Usagi couldn't see it because it was covered with dust, and the cigarette smoke were so impregnated the hair was almost black, like in his old days. Ray was smiling, waiting for the good doctor to cure her friend, but Usagi was feeling something bad. She couldn't tell what. Ray, I don't think this is a good idea. Hey, Usagi, I know him for a long date. Dr. Burbanus did my abortions. Abortions? All right, my cute girl, said Burbanus. I'll inject this in your vein. All will be all right. Usagi was laying on the bed when she saw the needle Burbanus was going to inject her with. It was a very rusty piece of razor blade, the one he had used to shave his beard that morning. Burbanus' anesthesia method was to make a cut on the patient's skin, but put inside a rotten hose and inject avasthine through the hole. It never failed. Almost. Usagi said, "You are going to cut me? No way." The doctor was already used to resistant patients, but he was an old dog and had good measures for that. All right, Ray, grab her shoulders and I'll do the rest. Right, Mr. Burbanus, like you did with me when you operated on my appendix. Yes. No, said Usagi. Please, Ray, don't do that. You will thank me later, Usagi. The Usagi's vagina started to bark more viciously and foam were coming out of its mouth. Usagi struggled and kicked the air to try to get out, but Ray was stronger. Burbanus tied her legs, her arms, and her torso to the bed. All right, my cute little girl, I think now we don't need more anesthesia. You are going nowhere, said Burbanus with a straight face, showing many years of experience he had on his back. No anesthesia? Oh my God, shouted Usagi. The tears flowed from her lacrimal ducts, wetting the bloody, dirty sheets. The vagina were mad, moving in all directions, trying to bite someone. Ray, said Usagi, hoarse with so much crying. Please don't. He's going to kill me. Don't panic, Usagi. The first time will always be the worst. But with time you'll embrace the suffering. After all, the happiness is temporary, but the pain is eternal. Ha 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 ha. Usagi had nowhere to go and the vagina passed out, depleted of energy. Usagi couldn't struggle anymore. Her muscles were very weary and she had an acute headache from all that was happening in that day. Burbanus approached her with a drilling machine, ready to puncture a hole in her pelvis. All right, my lady, we are going to remove your rebellious sex organ and wait, said Usagi to the doctor. You said you would correct my teeth, not mutilate my organ. Sorry, dear, your problem is beyond medical science, but I can ease your pain doing a clitoridectomy and infabulation, so you will remain chaste and pure for the rest of your days. What does that mean? Well, I'll remove your clitoris, your labia, and in the end, I will sew your vagina. Problem solved. Usagi was wordless. She had no idea what to do. She only stayed there, looking at the ceiling, completely paralyzed. The doctor turned on the drill. An infernal noise echoed inside those wretched walls. Ray is only looking, seating on the corner and waiting her friend's surgical procedure. The doctor was approaching the high-speed rotating drill to Usagi's clitoris. He will grind it first. and them do he rest. The drill is shaking a bit because the doctor have Parkinson's disease. He can't really do a precise job, but he tries to be the most accurate. Usagi starts to cry. No, please, I beg you. I'm only a child. My life is horrible, but the doctor concentrated. The drill is very near the clitoris, only some more centimeters. When the vagina wakes, it spit a glob of menstrual fluid at the doctor's eyes. Ah, my eyes, you bastard, shouts the Burbanes. The drill flies from his hand and falls to the ground. The drill go up, hitting the ceiling, and starts to falling, and fall on his right bicep, obliterating the meat, spilling blood and lacerated muscle fibers all over the place, painting the walls red. Ah, aha, cries the doctor, trembling, shaking while the drill retorts his arm, pulling the skin from his muscle and piercing his arm bone. Ray looks all of this panicked, her own doctor being mangled in front of her eyes. She got up to help him. Usagi then said to the vagina, you saved me, thanks. I must get out of here. Moon, prism, power, make up. Usagi transforms into Sailor Moon, who promptly get rid of the straps holding her. At the same time, the doctor picks up the drill with his left hand and stares there, side by side with Ray. Ray, why do you stand beside him? He is a madman. No, Sailor Moon, says Ray. He changed me. He gave me his hand when no one was caring. What are you talking about? When I got pregnant for the first time, he was the only one who gave me a hand, who didn't look with a disapproval gaze. He never condemned me, never. I didn't even know you got pregnant. You didn't trust me, Ray, and your vows? You would not understand my motives. Ray, even if you did something wrong one day, that doesn't mean I'll hate you for all my life. Yes, I know, but my sins are more feculent than this wall, and this ground, and this body, she said, touching her own belly with both hands. What? Yes, said Ray, lowering her head. I got pregnant again 3 years ago. Again, but pregnant. I was carrying a baby from Burbanes. No, this is not possible. Usagi shocked. Her hands went to her mouth, and she could not believe what she just heard. Sailor Moon. Usagi. I'm so ashamed. But, said Sailor Moon, where's the baby? The doctor then volunteered to answer the question. What do you think, cutie? I did the abortion again. Sailor Moon fell on her knees. The drops of tears were dampening her clothes. She just nodded her head left and right, trying to forget what she heard. Millions of thoughts passed in her mind, and the world was crumbling over her. No, not one, but two killed babies. Usagi, said Ray, with her head still lowered. In this bed you laid, me and Burbanes. We made love there, in the middle of the dirty and the mold. You must know this, I think. Burbanes enlaced her with his left hand and looked menacingly at Sailor Moon. Sailor looked up, still on her knees, and asked, No, Ray, please, let go from this man. I forgive you. Don't do that to me. Sorry, Usagi. I must go. Take him to a hospital. Sorry. Ray and Burbanes started to move slowly to the door. Sailor Moon stared them, whispered, No, Ray, no. The end.
Critic, R1 has been away for the past few minutes. He mentioned something about feeling sick to his stomach from this next fic, and told me to give you it. Well, here it is.
Okay, one more fanfic to go. Roots of Life, A Cradle Love, a Fairly Odd Parents fanfic. It's rated M, it's in English, it's romance drama. The author. Hi people, I don't own Fairly Odd Parents and I don't make any profit from them. Roots of Life, A Cradle to Love. Wanda and Cosmo were not in the house. They went to Fairy World to deal with personal issues and Timmy is alone that day. He is a little bored. Damn, without wishes, I'm a sad boy. Vicky is at home and admonish him. Ahaha, go clean that bathroom, you pest. Okay, Vicky. Ah, wait. Clean the bathroom floor with this toothbrush. You are fucked, Timmy. Ha ha ha. And Timmy goes cursing her silently. When he arrives in the bathroom, the ground is dirty, full of moss, vomit, and shit. Menstrual blood covered the walls. Pigeon dung is inside he toilet. There is a strange white and yellowish substance hanging on the ceiling. Timmy doesn't know what it is, but it looks like a sticky, milky candy. Yummy. The mirror above the sink have some scribbling made with dog shit. D. Crocker and Rex met here. Timmy's parents made a party yesterday and the guests enjoy the place like there's no tomorrow. They are at trip now and only next month will return because it's holidays. Timmy now spends his time with Vicky as she, the good nanny she is, makes our little hero works and get a grip of the workings labor of directed society. She said one day, Timmy, you think I make you work like a pig, but you really are my apprentice. Having a craft is good to your future, and no one can take that from you. Now lick my boots, you bastard. Yeah, Timmy would thank her in the future when he would be a self-made techno-savvy hooker basher. It, just as the great Abraham Lincoln said, the more you work in your youth, the less you have to in the sentences. Now, where's my cunt? Timmy wanted to cry, but he knees himself and starts to clean the ground. But the dirt is so ironed on that the ground he must make strong muscles to try to clean it. After a while, focusing the brush, it flies on the air from his hands. He tries to catch it, but the brush falls on the ground and gets stuck up, standing with the bristle side on the mud like a flag. Timmy goes to pick it up, but he slips on a piece of poo and his ass hits bullseye on the toothbrush. The toothbrush goes all the way inside Timmy's anus and he spits a moan. Oh! Now Timmy is sitting on the ground with the toothbrush inside his butt. He tries to stand up, but the toothbrush, still stuck on the mud, slowly massages his prostate. As he goes up, the toothbrush exits his anus. Timmy is with his buttocks covered with shit, vomit, and shocked old beer. And he is mildly distraught. Well, what happened? He didn't know, but for the first time in his life he felt pleasure. He kept looking at the toothbrush in the mud, thinking, piece of philosophy. What if he tried again? And he did. Oh, that's so toothsome. So he began to go up and down while his buttocks slapped on the 5-inch poo crust on the ground. The shit was spilling all around, mainly on the brush, his back, and the new petunia bowls his mom bought last week. The orange petunia flower was not understanding what's the big deal with Timmy. He moaned and perspired, but she is not accustomed with the humanity source of inspiration of great art and conquest that brought our civilization to the state-of-the-art evolution of primate cousins never dreamed of. Plants, after all, don't like to touch their sexual partners. They are full of don't touch me or hey, you have AIDS, filled daisy fucker, you are not going to drill my genoseum today. Some flowers can be very upset if someone crosses their perfect world's bubble of blandness. That's why humanity conquered the house. Timmy's penis got very hard, but not too much because he don't have a lot of meat in his dong to support a decent boner. But for a 10-year-old kid, that's just good enough. His phimosis was a big deal. He couldn't retreat all of his foreskin to achieve total pleasure. That bitch mom of his never told him about muscularity exercises. Now he have to go under the knife maybe when he get a bit older. The problem that is inside it, his penis have a nest of happy couple of ticks. They like the lack of water and soap and suck their nourishment from that small and contemptible piece of flesh Timmy calls dong. He never bothered to put them out 'cause he can't reach them. Damn foreskin. Timmy, you must be thankful to not know about the cut-uncut debate. It's better this way. So after some ups and downs, Timmy decides to try his penis. Oh, well, why? I feel my pissing pipe hot and calling my attention. Maybe he wants affection and comfort. So Timmy starts to pay his due to his loneliness-covered and despised dong. In all his impossibility, he manages to masturbate his dong. Pleasure aside, Timmy clearly don't know what he is doing, but if he likes, who am I to contest? Oh, this toothbrush in my ass is so delicious. If only I had a place to accommodate my lustful and frequently ignored dick. But Timmy knew he had. He looked over the bathroom and saw the petunia in the bowl. The petunia looked Timmy and knew. Damn, now she is really fucked up. Being the sexual toy of a horny, unintelligent boy is something a flower can't afford in her untouched and sanitized life. What would the roses would say? Those bitches. Roses know how to please a man. They like every moment of their pitiful, wholesome lives. But a petunia have a reputation. No one should be forced to cope with the society ideals of pleasure and entertainment. As Karl Marx said, every flower is a plant. Yes, Karl, we all agree with you. But Timmy didn't know Karl Marx. He only read Plato's Republic. Timocracy is the way an honored society should be ruled. Plants and flowers are not free from this rule. Only mangoes, they are anarchists and must be destroyed. Damn mangoes, those fibers never fooled me. Timmy picked gently the petunia. He looked her stigma. It was really beautiful mouth of her. Her lipstick was very red. That girl was pure, but liked strong and sensual colors. Maybe she was keeping her body for the right man. Nonetheless, Timmy approached his candidiasis infected lips at the mouthful stigma and kissed her gently. Timmy was a pre-pubescent boy, but he would never forget the foreplay. Not with the perfect dame like that smelling petunia. She felt uneasy. How outrageous. What does he want? She never was so disrespected like that. My dear Petunia, if you permit me, I must say, don't get so nervous. The boy is discovering his own body. There is a phase in the life of a boy where he must experiment the world, open his mind to all the joys and awesomeness our so short lives provide us. Depriving him from this could cause serious brain damage. What? Yes, I know he already have brain damage, but, well, fuck, you are helpless, and he is going to rape you anyway, so, ahem, let's continue. Timmy was holding her by the green stem. He was ubbing her gentle there, and obviously she didn't like it. That was tickling her, and she started to sweat. But she will not admit this. She was kind of liking. It's been some time since a ladybug climbed her skinny body. It was a friend of her, actually more like a, how must I say this, a girlfriend. They lived together at the Botanic Garden and were very happy, but one day a terrible flood struck the city and the chaos ensued. Millions of dollars in damage and a life had been taken. Yes, you know what happened. The torrential rain took away the poop ladybug. The petunia got devastated. She sunk herself in the alcohol consumption and forgot all of her friends. Life got very shitty for her and no one extended a hand, no one offered help. She actually got alienated from society when they discovered her homosexual behavior. That was intolerable, so the Petunia departed. When she arrived at Timmy's house, she only wanted to be alone. The bathroom was the perfect sanctuary for her. The light shining through the window maintained a bit of comfort inside her so broken and inconsolable pedestal. Days passed and she only meditated, maintaining a monastic and insolent life. But the peace was broken. Timmy, that retarded bastard, had discovered the carnal pleasure today. Well, she had not much to do, so the Petunia just tried to stay calm and not despair, but Timmy immediately punched her in his penis. That was fast. She had no time to catch breath. Timmy was already fucking her engorged anther. The penis was small, so he did not hurt the delicate Petunia. Timmy Turner is a real stupid boy. Doesn't he know sex is not all fucks and comes? Foreplay plays a big part in the relationship between a man and a plant. You must not rush to satisfy your primal urges without regards to your vegetal lover. It's very unpolite to do that, but who am I to teach this little moron Wath the manners at the bed? Timmy was enjoying himself with all that. The Petunia's orange petals were very soft and gentle. Besides the fact that the flower was being raped by that brat over a pool of shit and cat's menstruation, the Petunia tried to maintain a brackish environment for then. She was even enjoying a bit. Her lesbianism could not be an excuse to offer her benevolence towards the penis of others. But after some 10 minutes, she was really enjoying. Forgetting about the past is healthy sometimes. For that moment, the Petunia stopped torturing herself about the ladybug and permitted her body to satisfy a long-awaited looseness that could break her boredom and introversion. It's a shame to give yourself to another one, Petunia. Ladybug will always be at your memory, and she is probably happy to see you living your life like never before. After those wonderful minutes, Timmy felt it coming, his first spurt of joy. It came a little hurting through his penis. It was strange. It was not very joyful. Timmy's first orgasm was awkward, but it came, and the fruitful juice washed all over the magnificent petals of that now rejuvenated Petunia. The cum entered her feminine corolla and filled her with something that was more than pleasure, something that means hope, the message she was waiting all of her life. The freedom of that moment is eternal in her mind, and the walls dissolve in the dream that came true, a dream she'll never forget. Epilogue. Toby cleaned the Petunia and put her in her bowl. The bathroom got neat and Toby went to conclude his house chores for today. The Petunia is happy. Post-epilogue. Well, it's been a week. Let me see how the Petunia is doing. She probably made some friends and all that. Hey, Petunia, how do you... What? What is potbelly of yours? No, not a potbelly. Don't tell me. No, this can't be. You're pregnant. The end. For now.
Well, that's it. I was barely able to get through that last one myself. Bye. For now.
I'm telling you this, R1NGmasterJ5, right now. If you come at me with another challenge, I swear I will hunt you down and kill you myself. Are you even in here? Oh, where do I begin with these stupid fanfics? Okay. Wow. Okay, so the first
first one. House and the Last Cameron Wishes. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Oh, that story was all over the place. So, House wants to get a dog for some reason. He gets a pit bull that has been magically trained to not be vicious. He brings the dog to work with him, which something tells me that animals are not allowed in the hospital unless they're supposed to be a special type of animal that helps people with disabilities. Cameron sees the dog, and she has cancer and is gonna die in like a few days, and like she's being very hateful to House, and then she's like, oh, I love you, and then it leads up that she's gonna rape him or something, and then the dog saves his ass only to tell him, you're going to hell because your friends want you dead. I mean, what the hell was with that? It was all over the place. And then the second story, Wonder Woman Love in the Smudge, or Sludge, or whatever it was. That one had a lot of inconsistencies too. First of all, for those who have watched Shrek, we all know that Shrek is very, 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 very loyal to... He is very loyal to Fiona. Very. So, it doesn't make any sense that he would cheat on her with Wonder Woman. And another thing, she never told him once that her name was Wonder Woman. She said her name was Diana. And she never once told him about how she got trapped there in the first place. No, she didn't. She did not.
Maybe you should let me take over.
Let me finish. And then, the third story, the one that Susan here had to read. Although I didn't read it for myself, I still had to listen to it. So, this is supposed to take place after the first movie. Triton brings Ursula back to life so he can marry her, and he still doesn't like Prince Eric, so he wants to get revenge on Eric. So he goes to Ursula and they sleep together, and it seems like they're not really having pleasure by doing this, but they still do it anyway. I mean, what the hell? What the hell's their relationship supposed to be? And then something happens to his eyes where they come out of his head, and the next thing you know, she's fucking his brain, and then his brain explodes inside of a crotch, and then she's like, I will avenge your death by killing Eric and Ariel. How the heck was it their fault that he died? Ursula, wouldn't it be that you killed him? Da-da-da! Because you're the one who was fucking him so much that his brain exploded? Da-da-da! No, we're just gonna ignore logic completely. And then, the fanfic after that. Where do I begin? Oh man. That one. The Calvary about the betrayed saint. What sense did that make? That was another one that didn't make any sense. I mean, it wasn't as bad as the other ones. It was a bit of a breather, but it was still pretty bad. And then the one that followed. Sailor Moon, the Heart's Abomination! A vagina with teeth? What the fuck? What the frickety fuck was that? And then the story as it went on got more and more bizarre. It got more and more bizarre. So, she has a big vagina gets teeth. And she has to go to a doctor about it. Because Ray brings her to a doctor, and the doctor decides that the only solution is to remove her entire vagina. Can't you just take something and just remove all the teeth? And how would that work anyway? How would these go from here to down there? It doesn't make any sense. And then it turns out that Ray has a love affair with this guy, and that he gave her a couple of abortions, and like you saw it, it was, I don't know, how it ended was just bizarre. It was bizarre. And then, final fanfic that we took a look at. Timmy from Fairly Odd Parents gets fucked in the butt with a toothbrush, and then he fucks a plant. And the plant gets pregnant! Okay, the reason why I did that, I didn't want to risk her doing something drastic. So, now that we've heard the fanfic critics' reaction to those fanfics, let me let you know how I felt seeing I was indeed sitting here and listening to her read them the entire time, and I even read a fanfic for myself. ComicsNix, what the hell is your problem? Seriously, what the hell is your problem? How could you get off writing stuff like this? This isn't fan fiction, this is garbage. Absolute, utter garbage. It does not deserve to be on the internet at all. In fact, this is probably the worst fanfics I've ever listened to. Honestly. And you have a whole crap load of them. Jeez. Let's see here. 34 blazing stories, and something tells me that they're all the same garbage. Something offensive happens in them. Jesus bloody Christ. I mean, I'm surprised, dearie, that you have not been reported for how offensive your stories are. Now, are you purposely writing them like this? You must be, because I don't see how anyone could write this without doing it purposely. And as for R1NGmasterJ5 himself, I am telling you this, and I'm telling you this right now. If you even think of challenging the fanfic critic again to read any more of these fanfics, I will shoot to kill. Well, I am Susan. She's the fanfic critic. And something tells me that we both need to see a psychiatrist after reading today's fanfic.